Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK. I will be your caster and cameraman for today. We have another Swiss tournament, 3 tournament match today. It is going to be Fear Factory against Vaso de Leche. 2 top teams in this tournament set to shoot for the top 8 of this playoffs. That'll be available at the end of this Swiss round, which will be 6 rounds, and we will be seeing the first round played today, and it will be Suicide Blitz 2, the map. Jump right into the custom. It's actually a pretty common map played in amongst the tournaments. A little difficult, some of the chapters. Some of them are a little easy. Map 1 is known for their tank fights to be a little bit out in the open with a lot of hittables, so we'll see how much that comes into play, or if the Survivor team will back up to the elevator and fight it in there. We'll have to see. But alright, we are live. No hesitation. And let's go. Opening attack, Jockey, Smoker, Charger, and the Boomer. No spitter for the opening hit, but GLHFs go out and chat. Let's see what Fear Factory can do. We'll go over roster rundown after the first hit goes. Two spawns above. Smoker wants to come from the front. Boomer drops in, gets a 2 proxy stumble. Charger gets a slam. Smoker lands on Rochelle. And that's a lot of damage going on to Vaso de Leche with that opening hit without a spitter. Taking their time clearing the commons. And for Vaso de Leche, we will have 2100 Echolis, Cannoli, Pee-wee, and Karma. And for Fear Factory, we have Zyko, Aggressive, who is Manzano, Drunk Master, NF, and Chris.
Careful. I can hear a
And we'll listen to the elevator music. Well done. Alright. Now they have to come off, trigger the event, and then run back inside. There is depth charge possibilities in more than one area. It's very common. It's very common for some of the Survivor team to sit here and wait for the bait timer to go, which would trigger all these commons to come out from the wall. Even possibly break some of them. If any of these commons swipe this wall right here, it would be really unfortunate for the infected team. But no common spawn inside, so again, it has to be situational for it to happen. And you should see the bait timer click down to 0, and the commons will start running in. And they do have Tri-Cap with Spit, the best hit that you can get in the game. 100 Charger, Jockey, Spitter. If there's an attack potential for damage quickly, it would be that one. If you want a lot of separation, it'd be good to have the Jockey instead of the Hunter, but I mean the Smoker instead of the Hunter if you want all separation. And there it is. The event triggers. And that common make a swipe at the wall. And they're punching it, and they do break it open. That is just what I'm talking about. It's pure RNG. That'll be unfortunate for the infected team, but I don't know how much that'll come into play. But it is open and can be blocked by survivors now. Coach is going to take point. Coach has to come over and hit that button. They're taking this very cautiously. Alright, Cannoli hits the button. The retreat is back. Hunter spawns up. Jockey comes. The Hunter will land. The Jockey will land too. The Charger gets melted. They get a good amount of damage with the opening hits onto Vaso de Leche, and actually, Cannoli goes slow. I don't think it'll matter much though, because you have to pop his pills before tank regardless. Or, I mean, when tank commits. Tank will be at 52%, it's going to be a little bit after they go outside. 41% once they get to the bottom of the elevator. Okay, it's clicked up, Boomer goes in. Does get one, gets M2 to popped. And the Hunter Charger Smoker, I think, will wait. And if Sack Order was correct, they should get a quad try for each tank.
Reloading.
I hear a hunter.
They're going up for DP.
Reloading.
Long way up there.
Tat-a-tat-tat.
Taking this very cautiously. They do know there's a quad incoming. Hunter's the only thing pre-spawn. Charger wants to come from the side of the survivors. It's going to be now. Charger goes in. The Charger will land. I flew back into a building. Sorry.
Zombies didn't take down.
All the cappers roll in. Not much damage comes out of it. 77.8%. First tank of the game for Fear Factory in the hands of Zyko. Zyko tank is going to go back, get his dumpsters. Pretty standard. Wants to get him in play. I think dumpsters are a little bit more better for this area. As a dumpster falls in the ground. Interesting. Unfortunate for Zyko, these dumpsters just not really cooperating that much with him. He's already about 50% first pass. He's going to have 4 dumpsters. I don't know how many he's going to allow him to get into play. Probably 3. This isn't bad, though. Dumpsters are better than cars, so... Taking less than 200 chip. He's down to second pass. Okay, they're going to go back in. Oh, my goodness. That dumpster flew up. Now he just doesn't want to take any chip. He's already down to 4,900 HP. He's gonna go. He has to go in without a spawn. He could have waited a little longer, I thought, but he doesn't. He goes in, gets a punch onto Rochelle. He's down to 1,400 HP. Hunter and Smoker is his support. The Hunter does land. He gets one more punch after support dies. 2. And not a bad tank from Fear Factory. I mean, it took a lot of chip before the commit. And he had to go, I don't think he had to go in quite yet. He still was 40% frustration. I think he could have waited till about 10%. But nonetheless, tank is dead. Bonus sitting at 444s. 50.4% of the possible bonus. They lost about 26% of their bonus during that tank fight.
Reloading.
1 in cap plus 2 punches.
Come on, y'all. This way.
Not too bad. Boomer comes from above, gets that 2 boom. The Charger tries on Ellis in the back, misses. The Hunter is late. I think the Hunter's just going to go for a DP now. Or hold, one or the other. Oh, and he gets a 25 onto Echoless. And that will cause Echoless to pop the pills. They lost 110 bonus off that hit. They were at 444, down to 334. And that's a good average if you're Fear Factory, because right now their just goal should be to get that bonus down to 0 before they get safe room. And they're already 86% of the way through the map, so they're already almost done. Last 2 hits to be coming here. Smoker gets a pull in the back, and Jock lands in the front. The Charger was a little late, and Free Spit goes on to Nick for 2 dings, and I think they make it in. It wasn't enough to slow them down. They only lose about 24 points. And I think they get in without anything else being able to do anything. Alright, nope, they get a little damage. Alright, and they do. Vaso de Leche makes it into the safe room with 692 points for chapter score. 292 bonus. Everybody's orange ping, nobody has great ping, and no one has terrible ping.
Thought they were supposed to be getting us out of this shit.
Looks like their plans have changed.
Alright, now Fear Factory will swap sides. Their survivor turn. Bonus is definitely beatable.
Thanks.
And we go live. Fast ready ups. Less than 30 seconds is what you like to see. Opening hit. Jockey, Charger, Smoker, Boomer. Should see hit and Staircase maybe earlier, depending on what they want to do. Looks like the Charger really wants to go early. He's gonna go. Gets a fist. Dies. Jockey gets a scratch. Boomer rockets around. Gets a one stumble proxy. Looks like that Smoker is just gonna retreat and try to get scratches around this. Smoker gets a double scratch, and Fear Factory gets into the elevator, losing 4.5% of the bonus. And again, elevator music we shall listen to. Enjoy. Alright, they come right out, not waiting at all, actually. Nope, they're gonna retreat. Alright, as we wait here, probably be about a good 30 seconds before this event is triggered. So, Tank got an in cap, plus 2 punches. See if Vaso de Leche could do better with their tank. He can get his hitables into play. Fear Factory will retreat inside. It's all in a preference. The other match that we saw yesterday, or not yesterday, on Friday, one of the survivors was separated from their team and ended up taking a lot of damage because of it. Alright, the Horde's coming in. Let's see if it'll break that wall like it did for the other team. And it looks like it might. That common, nope, ran right by it. And nope, and the wall gets punched in. Not a huge dangerous for the survivors, but they could block that if they choose to now. Usually it's not, though.
I'm a reload.
Alright, event is started. Charger looking for a spawn. Fear Factory's just gonna wait here. The Charger goes in. Charger! That was so close to a death charge. The Charger lands. Spit damage goes out. Vaso de Leche don't get much from it, but they would have landed the death charge if their teammates were not so fast to clear it. But good job by Fear Factory, and pretty good take from that event, I would say. They have 92.8% bonus to Vaso de Leche's 74.2 at this point. So Fear Factory doing better Survivor. 3 survivors at 94 and above, 1 at 75. So they will all be 4 punches. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, Boomer. No spitter for this hit. Oh, what a shutdown on the Hunter. The Charger misses. Boomer is dead, Smoker is dead, and that should allow Fear Factory to go get the tank up. 3 SI attacks down. Only 8% of the bonus has been exhausted from the survivors. So good job by the survivor team. Vaso de Leche needs to step up their infected side a little bit. And let's see if they could do so with the tank. First tank of the game for Vaso de Leche in the hands of Karma, taking 95 chip on spawn. And now Jockey, Hunter, Charger have the chance to get damage. Well, Karma gets his dumpster into play. And he's bringing them all. He's going to leave that one, which is wise. Just leave it. Yep. Good call. He's going to be able to get 3 of these in play. Hopefully, as the attack goes in, gets a little bit more damage. Actually, it does about 3% more, getting it down to 89.5. Focusing on this tank getting his toys in play. Alright. They're in the street. Dumpster come flying. Boomer gets popped. Alright, he put the hittables in a good spot. Alright, he's playing risky now. He's trading his rage down quite a bit, 45%. None of these hittables really going his way. He's 40% frustration. Oh, try to get a lot of chip. 4,500. There goes the early pull. The smoker lands. Gets an early corner anyways, down to 3K. A second punch onto Manzano. Hunter gets skeeted. He misses his next punch. He's down to 1,600. Smoker gets a pull. He's got to clear it. He gets another punch. It's the same so far. +1. A fourth punch. Fifth punch.
Look at you laying there. It's time to get out.
So the tank manages to get 2 in caps compared to
Oh, you won.
Fear Factory's tank.
Yo, I'm hurt.
So after the pickup, the scores are almost identical. Fear Factory with 0.4% lower at this point than when Vaso de Leche finished with the tank. So right now it is still anybody's round. Fear Factory can win it, or they could tie it, or just be down a little bit, or be in danger of being wiped if a quad can land. Boomer, Jockey, Spinner, Charger, lands first and solo, but unfortunately, the Jockey lands on the charge target, skipping the get-up animation. A lot of that damage has been negated from Vaso de Leche.
Over this fence.
Over the boxes, step over the fence quickly. Spitter's the first spawn in rotation. They will get Charger and Spit again, as they were the first 2 to die. And they will have a Hunter as well. Good sack order. Hunter coming from behind. They look like they want to come in. Smoker trying to get. There's the Hunter skeeted. The Spit goes out early. And the pull lands, and I think that attack was a little rushed, but they got a little bit of damage. Bonus at 371. And they might be able to blitz the map, and they're going to take a slight lead going into map 2 of Suicide Blitz. Rochelle fell off. Right now it's about 80-point delta. Let's see what they can get with it. Oh, they land the Jockey and some Spit damage. All right, they got about 30-some points out of that. The Hunter's going. Hunter will get skeeted. Nothing's going to land there, and they're going to walk in with 332 bonus. And we have a close game, a 40-point game going into Chapter 2. Fear Factory, 732. Vaso de Leche, 692. I was very shocked that Jockey land there at the end.
We're gonna have to save ourselves, people.
All right, map 2. Map 2 of Suicide Blitz. I do have to go up the stairs, out to the street, through the Cedar Van, through some twists and turns and some back alleys, onto the main road, to go through some hedges and underpass to start an event. And it looks like this tank is actually going to be a pre-event. We haven't seen an early tank yet this tournament, 38%, so usually what has to happen when teams play this map is you have to take 3 or 4 attacks. Usually it's 4 attacks before the event. Go back, hold off, take 3 more attacks, and then you can go spawn tank. But usually it's 6 or 7. They're going to go fast. Charger goes in early. Not going to get anything. They get a little bit of damage with their SI, just from Karma, but that was a really fast go-go. I mean, they didn't have a Spitter. It looks like they wanted to try to get another charge Spit before tank. I mean, they got good sack order, but I think they could have tried to get a little bit of more damage with it, but I do feel where they're coming from. They're going to have to get those spawns up quick. Spitter is the first one in rotation. Under Charger and the Jockey, the best hit you can get. Fear Factory is slowing down. So now these alleyways are known for rocket spawns everywhere. So this is really an advantageous spot for Infected. They can come from every direction. Survivor's going to hide underneath the awning, so at least they can get a shot off before the Infected can make a play on them. Manzano's going to play front shoddy. And Zyko and Manzano are playing front. They have 3 shotguns right now. Charger rockets in. Charger's gonna land. Jockey's gonna land forward. Hunter will not. And that's a respectable amount of damage goes on to Fear Factory, putting them down to 88% bonus left, but it's the damage spread that was evenly done by the infected team. Oh, the tank was not quite early enough. Even though it says 38%, I don't think this tank's going to spawn after the event is over. I don't remember what the cutoff number was, but obviously it's got to be before 38%. Hunter gets killed. Charger gets 2 damage stumble on 2 survivors. Boomer gets popped. That will be the 3rd hit from Vaso de Leche onto Fear Factory, accumulating just shy of 14% of their bonus down. And this will be the last hit before the event is started. And that's exactly how long it takes to get here. 4 hits worth.
We gotta get that boat over here.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm hitting that.
And we should see a hit on the retreat. Tri-cap would spit, no charge. Hunter gets skeeted again. The jockey and Hunter get melted. Smoker gets M2'd, and that was a very clean take there by Fear Factory. Nothing coming on the board. I thought the Hunter and jockey were a little lazy on their choice of path commit. Everything came from the same spot. That's all the survivors turn and kill everything. Maybe the jockey or Hunter should have came from the front, coming from the tree, pre-spawn. Have all the guns turn around, maybe a little distraction. Again, Charger's going to go in. Boomer gets a 1 boom. Charger goes from really far away, but I think it was more of a sack order. Hunter and the jockey will land, get a little bit more chip damage, down to 82.5%, and that is 5 SI attacks in. All right, we are already coming up on the 7th SI attack. Commons are almost done. It should go really quickly if they want to hit with some commons. Or are they going to wait? Looks like they want to hold. Charger relocating.
Boat's here.
And they got to go now if they're going to go. Charger rockets in. Not going to land. Doesn't get nothing at all. Boomer and Spitter will die last. And I don't think it's going to be enough time for the tank, as soon as they step on that boat, it's gonna go bing, and there it is.
All right,
2nd tank of the game for Vaso de Leche in the hands of, I call him Echoless, Elo Chess. Sorry, I called him that before. It looks like Echoless, but it's the right letters, but not in the right order. And he's repositioning. Looks like he's just gonna commit right away, no hesitation. He's only lost 200 chip right now. I think the Hunter is out of position to help him.
Careful.
Alright, they've taken 700 points down, and they are just going back. I think this is a smart call by Vaso de Leche with committing right away, avoiding the possibility of the AI. I get a little chip here. Elo chest, no problem going AI. Okay, they really dug into him there. It looks like this is going to be the corner where they hold it down. He's down to 2,700 HP. Oh, what a DP coming out there. He's going to get a punch onto Nick. Another punch onto Nick. He's down to 900 HP. He gets an in cap. He might be able to get a rock on Ellis. No, he doesn't, and that is a dead tank. That is a pretty decent take by the survivor side.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Tank will be dead.
Dying in the middle of nowhere.
So 7 SI attacks in. A tank commit with support. And they will have 61.2 remaining set of their bonus left.
Hey, we
Ammo
might
up
need
here.
these.
Hunter's Charger going in quick. Oh, what a pounce. The Charger gets melted. Good job on not stumbling him in the spit with the Boomer, so they'll get a little bit more damage down. They found an extra set of builds, though the bonus is about the same from when they got the pickup, with that extra set of pills, will pretty much keep it identical, just as I said. 61.4% of the bonus is left. Map progression 60%. They still have a decent way to go yet. Okay, let's see what Vaso de Leche can do with her 9th SI hit coming up. Jockey, Charger, Hunter, Smoker. It is a quad try. They're going to hit it now. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things damaging or landing, but just not quite at the right time. It's a good attempt. I question the location where they tried it. And they had all rocket spawns, and everything came from the same area. It would have been nice maybe to see something could get behind a sign or something. But it's easier to say that when you're in the casting chair. But that will be attack number 10 in the books. Actually, no, that was number 9. Sorry, it was a 9th. It was a quad, so this would be the 10th hit. Jockey, Charger, Boomer, Spitter. Okay, they're going to wait here and clear out this horde.
You guys are gonna miss me.
Maybe the Boomer should have sacked, but they thought they might have ran, so we're just going to hold on to this 2-2 Jockey Charger. It is potential for some good damage if you can get him like jocked, and then get a charge, boom, stumble and spit. That's a very high bonus for this map right now, sitting at 682 points for Fear Factory. Alright. Now they have spawns all around them. This is potential. A lot of damage. See if they can make it happen. Boomer pre-spawns. This Boomer will never even have to drop down to land. Charger rockets in. Oh, the Charger misses. And the Charger and Jockey both go for the inside targets, which makes it impossible for the Spitter to do anything. That was pretty much a no damage hit. And that indeed there was attack number 10.
Reloading. Reloading.
They're almost to the safe room. They're going to go fast here. Oh, the Hunter gets skeeted. Charger finds a spawn. Charger gets melted. Spitter goes on to nothing. Very, very impressive take there by Fear Factory. After the tank died, they pretty much held on to almost all of their bonus. It was at 61.6%, I believe, and they walk in with 47.8. Tank killed, and 11 SI attacks having that much bonus is very impressive. Alright, we go live. It is now Vaso de Leche's turn to go with Survivor, and they have quite an uphill battle to fight here. They got to put up an impressive round score to compete with winning this tournament match and avoid going 0-1 after week 1. And also heard some unfortunate news that Team Ascended will not be playing in another Swiss tournament. It's sad to hear that. Team that I was looking forward to follow through the tournament. Unfortunate for them, they're not going to play in this one. Maybe take a little break. Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Hunter opening hit. Looks like Fear Factory wants to use this a little bit more different than Vaso de Leche did. Alright, here they go. Both shotguns out. Boomer gets nothing. Charger rockets in. Charger will land. Smoker will as well. going to be a good take by Vaso de Leche, losing just shy of 2%. The smoker stays alive, so they're not going to get the proper death order that they wanted. Don't think they're going to have a charger and a spitter. They're only going to have one.
Looks like some of them headed to the river.
Yeah, they're not going to have it. They're going to have a 2-2 with a jockey and a smoker. So unfortunate for Fear Factory, but they'll have to make it work. Boomer gets 2. Jockey comes in, gets a scratch. Free spittle gets some damage. So for the worst hit, they actually got a good amount of damage from that. That was almost 8% from a jockey and a smoker, and nothing even landed. It's all pretty much spit damage.
Reloading!
Everything was cleared fast, but still. 2 hits in for Fear Factory. They've almost taken 10%, just shy. 9.4 to be exact. And Fear Factory, not Fear Factory, Vaso de Leche did a better job of blitzing this map, as Fear Factory only gets 2 hits before this event is started. Interesting.
Only way over is this bridge. Okay, anybody got any ideas?
We gotta get that boat over here.
Sounds like a plan.
I just gotta wait for the can. There's the
Get
can.
ready.
Charger rockets in. Here comes the Hunter. Charger and Hunter both get melted down.
Shoot me.
Boat's coming.
Holy
Spitter's gonna
shit,
stay
this
alive. Believe just the thought that the Hunter or the Charger died first, so no matter what, they're gonna get one of them. I think they're completely happy with that. And they are gonna go back. Interesting. So they're gonna wait here. Alright, here goes the attack. The pull goes forward, gets cleared right away. The Hunter is gonna come shortly after. Hunter's gonna land. Spit's gonna land on it too. And that's gonna be a quad sack, so they'll get a quad during this event. Attack number 4 in the books for Fear Factory on map 2.
Gotta reload.
Interesting choose to stay here and take it. I don't think I've really seen here before.
Reload.
Reloading.
Reloading. Reloading.
Backstar. Quad incoming. Oh, the 2 cap goes. The jockey and the Charger haven't landed yet. Alright, the quad doesn't land, but the Hunter and the Smoker get a respectable amount of damage. Vaso de Leche drops down to 79.6% of the bonus. They'll still have one more set of pills after the tank, and they should be able to go and get them up before Fear Factory will get another hit.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Alright, and that will be the second tank of the game for Fear Factory in the hands of Manzano. Manzano moving right away. The Charger is coming in. The Boomer gets a 2. Boom, the Charger misses. Hunter lands a DP, and Manzano is able to transition to a better area above them. They got about 4-point-some% damage from that. Manzano is going to reposition to be above the survivors. Alright, they need to start backing up. He's still first past 100% of his rage.
You got guns.
I'll take this one.
Oh, the Smoker lands here. This is big, and he gets a Smoker. What a pill popper. The perfect time from Elo Chest. He gets punched twice. They're backing up. Charger comes from behind. Charger gets a multi. Multi punches are going out. The tank is down to 1600 HP. Gets a punch onto Ellis. And that is a massive amount of damage going out onto Vaso de Leche.
We need you for a little bit
I
longer.
got a misery in my bones.
Thanks.
No
I
problem.
think Manzano will be very happy with that. The tank is deceased.
That'll keep me tight.
Survivors are alive.
Grab a weapon.
3 sets of pills are going to be popped. Elo chest is going to have to be passed and popped. Alright, finally somebody was paying attention.
Here,
He's
you
now
can have
popped.
this.
So bonus will be sitting at 462.
This ain't right.
They still have a lot of map to go, but they need to hold on to every part of this bonus that they can. Jockey comes down trying to grab Elo chest. M2 and killed. Boomer misses as well. We do have a Hunter repositioning on the other side. Spit comes out, and it looks like that's going to be a quad stack.
Reloading.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, I don't need this.
We should be able to get inside before the quad is up too.
That'll hold me.
Felt worse after a night drinking.
I don't know if I understand it would be great to wipe the team, but it's going to be very hard to land quads when they're inside. They're not going to be able to get this. No, Jockey just got up. They're going early. That's not going to land a quad. Charger gets melted, and they just weren't quite ready. Chris didn't have his spawn yet.
Watch out!
And unfortunate, in hope of trying to see if they could wipe them, they end up taking that whole choke point clean. And they only lose 3 points of bonus. Went from 392 to 389. And very impressive turnaround here for since all the damage that Vaso de Leche has taken for the tank. Now they only have one more hit to go before safe room. It's going to be a 2-2 at least for Fear Factor. They get charge spit. Hunter's waiting for it. What is Ski coming out there by Rochelle? Chargers trying to find a target. They stumble Rochelle in it. And that's going to be all of the permanent HP gone. Nope. Actually, Pewee was safe from that. Didn't take much of the damage. And they'll walk in with 300. They salvage pretty good, I would say, considering how much they took from the tank. And they'll be going into map 3 down just shy of 400 points. It'll be 380 to be exact. And it's still anybody's game going into map 3 on Suicide Blitz. I don't know. I understand the quad stack, but I think maybe killing everything and holding on to the spitter might have been a better call. Because then you have a better chance to land that charge spit in close quarters. Just get the damage down. Agree, chat? Agree? Alright, here we go live. Map 3, Suicide Blitz. Fear Factory, first survivors. Vaso de Leche, Charger, Hunter, Smoker, and the Boomer for the first set of spawns. We should definitely see this Charger is going to be the first one to die. Alright, he gets a punch and a charge, so he'll get some decent amount of damage. Even some 2-point stumbles. And the Smoker dies last. Good sack order. They will have Hunter, Charger, Jockey, Spitter for this prison area. A lot of things and misconceptions about teams and making sure you got the proper sack order for these hits. Alice is the first spawn to be up. Rochelle shortly follows. Nick is going to bring in the rear. And alright, now it's going to be where the SI choose to spawn. Oh, that Charger was a little too ambitious, I think. You're going to need help for some distractions. It's always good to try to make sure you get your right death order as Coach just teleported across the map. Psycho freaking... Psycho is lagging.
Holy shit, was that annoying.
Alright, event button is turned off. They will get charge spit again. Hunter lands. Spitter was late. They'll get a little bit of damage from it, but 3 hits in. 86.8% of the bonus remains on Fear Factory. Spitter is still alive. Oh, he gets a lot of damage onto NF. Jockey will land.
Reloading.
The Charger went too quick. Somehow that spit gets one dig. Wow, it spread in there and got Rochelle. What a spread. Hunter becomes the tank. One boom and lands on Fear Factory. They don't have a full set of spawns yet. They don't have favorable spawns either. They got to kill the Smoker. He's just going to roll in. This is a bad idea. He is going in with the early pull, not landing. Is down 4K already. He misses his first punch. He gets a triple. He gets a double. He gets another punch. And he gets melted down. His missing his first punch was so devastating to him. A big misplay there by the tank. I didn't even see who it was. It died so fast.
Reloading.
Thanks.
Reloading.
It was a Pee-wee tank.
I feel this old.
Unfortunate for him. Timed that early punch just a little bit too early, but he did get a triple and a double. He spread the love pretty well.
Hey, I'm reloading.
And now I think Vaso de Leche just has to get the
What the hell are you doing?
bonus down to about nothing. I think they can do it. There's still a lot of map left. They're at 40%. And they'll say they're going to wait for them to go down the stairs, so. Jockey relocating. There's no SI below, so if they just rush this, it will be taken.
Girl, you should have stayed at home.
Looking for Pilts. Bonus sitting at 36%. 397 remains. What is the Spitter doing? Spitter trying to remain on the ground.
Hunter.
Hunter gets melted.
Boomer.
Boomer gets popped and stumbled. And the Spit's going to hold, which is a wise decision. Good sack order, though, for them. Smoker, Charger, Hunter, and...
Not the sewer.
Oh, if the Smoker would have grabbed Nick, it would have been a death. Charger doesn't get a slam, but gets a little bit of damage.
Reloading.
So unlucky for the infected. Nick would have definitely been death pulled. As Zyko starts pinging again.
Heads up.
Might be the last hit for Vaso de Leche. 91% of the way through the map. And they get a bad hit too. It's a 2-2. The jockey will land. 3 Spit goes out. Spit gets killed. We'll get the bonus down just a little bit. 353 remains.
This is not going well.
They push in, trying to get to the safe room. They got to cross this area. They'll get across it. Oh, they might have it.
Gotta reload.
I think they get in there.
Safe house up
Nope,
ahead.
they'll get one more hit. And they know it. They know they have to take one more.
Look out now.
Alright, 353 bonus. The last chance for damage is going to be right here.
Wanna carry the cute
I think the
girl.
Spitter is in the wrong spot. Here goes the attack. The Charger comes in. The Charger misses.
Jockey.
They'll get an in cap and take all the bonus off Chris.
Hey, we got a safe room ahead. I owe you
And
one.
that will be safe room.
Okay.
279 bonus for Fear Factory.
They be proud out there, people.
It's really unfortunate for Vaso de Leche that they missed that first punch on his tank commit. It was an easy double. And I think it would have been a double with a body block in the corner. So it would have been a double cap, probably a wipe. But it happens. Alright, here we go with the next tap. The Charger just goes in, gets melted immediately. Doesn't even get anywhere. Hunter gets M2'd and killed. Does not get a scratch. The only damage that comes out is the friendly fire and the scratch from NF. Manzano is not going to be able to get a respawn, so he will not be included in this hit. Oh, he does get a respawn. Wow, I'm surprised he was able to find one. Spitter is up. Charger is up. Jockey, this is a lot of separation with commons to lead to potential of a catastrophe. Alright, Charger spawns and runs away. Smoker misses his pull. Charger comes in. Oh, there's commons on everybody. The jockey lands. Charge in the Spit. Nobody's clearing Rochelle. A pull in the Spit. And Pee-wee gets demolished, taking him down to 83.9 bonus. As they hunt down the Spitter. Spitter is now dead. They don't have a Spitter for close quarters. That was a good decision by Coach to go down and get that. But they have suffered a lot of damage in the hit from the jail. Hunter's trying to find a target. Does land. No other SI was quite ready to go. Charger comes from behind. Misses his target. And now just the Boomer and Jockey are the only two capper or special infected up. And I think we see them hold here. Alright, tank is up. Third tank of the game for Fear Factory in the hands of NF Meister. He's rolling right in too. He gets 2 punches onto Rochelle. There goes a third punch. Oh, another punch. That's his 5th punch. They're trying to shut down support. NF's coming in for multis. He gets another punch. Oh, its tank is getting so much damage. Vaso de Leche will survive, but at what cost? They've lost so much bonus.
You okay?
And they're not going to be fast.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Hey, thanks, man.
Man, this right here hurts something fierce.
Oh no, guys. It's going to be tough now. That Vaso de Leche needs to make it in with all of this bonus, and it's just not going to happen. It's all DB, so bonus goes down twice as fast.
Reloading.
I got a bad feeling about that.
Charger does miss. Jockey misses. Spitter will get nothing, so they take that pretty clean. Still 215 bonus left.
I'm a reload. Oh man.
But Pee-wee being slow is what hurts.
Reloading.
And Karma's about to be slow as well, so when they find that set of pills up ahead, it's not going to matter.
Hey, Rochelle.
Yeah, they're going to go down even more, even if they walk in with a bonus, but there's a lot of map to go yet, guys. There goes a 2 proxy. The Charger lands. Smoker misses. Hunter lands. Smoker lands as well. And that goes another in-cap going out to Vaso de Leche. And now they have 3 survivors that have been in-capped. Karma's the only one who is not. And that will put the DB down to 146. But most important for the special infected is they're just going down the stairs and they have spawns already.
Thanks, however you want.
Hunter pre-spawns up front. Jockey Boomer Spitter is the...
I should have learned to drive a tank or some shit.
Reloading.
Oh, Hunter's taking a little bit of chip, retreating. Boomer finds a spawn in between. Gets a 1 proxy. Hunter will land. Spit's going to follow. They're going to good pound Spit. Jockey's going to keep him in. And that's going to melt the DB down even further. And there's another in-cap goes out, so that'll be 10% more off the bonus upon the pickup. %38% and down to 28%. They find a set of pills. Pee-wee is now black and white. Death pool possibility. Smoker gets a pull. Charger gets 1 punch, misses. Smoker gets cleared eventually. Hunter's pouncing around like a fool. Hunter will land, and support is down, and they should be able to drop through here and make their way around the corner. And maybe if they can survive a little bit more, they can make the safe room, but I don't know. They pass pills to Karma.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Here comes Charge. Charger doesn't get anything. Spit misses too. And that is a clean take there. As Nick is failing to get around. Nick had no choice but to pop the pills. around the corner to have to cross this area. And they almost made it. Charger comes from behind. Lands the charge, gets cleared. Smoker lands. Hunter takes the target. Spit doesn't go onto anything, I don't think.
Man, that spitter is one ugly bitch.
And that will leave Elo Chest to have to come from behind and wait a little bit longer. There's a spit blocking. And it looks like Vaso de Leche will at least be able to limp their way to the safe room. It won't have any bonus, but they'll get just about the full distance points. What? There goes a death. Uber comes out. And there is that they wipe out. They only lost 4 points, so they almost make full distance, but they are going to be down just shy of 700 points going to the final chapter of the tournament match. I'm pretty sure we will not see map 5. Map 5 is not the greatest for Suicide Blitz, but it is possible. But let me double check. I'll see the schedule just to be sure. No, 1 through 4, it's posted, so we're not going to see a finale. And there we go. We are live. Final chapter of the tournament match. Vaso de Leche down. Fear Factory goes first as Survivor. Opening hit. Jockey, Hunter, Charger, Spitter. It gives them the best hit they can get. They have a relatively semi-early tank. The map is 600 distance. So if they can wipe with tank, it looks like 350 points would be the winner. But this is a hard tank to wipe with. Hunter pre-spawned up ahead. Charger looks like it wants to go with the Hunter as soon as it spawns. Here they go. They're going to send nice ski coming out there. Charger's going to go. Charger does land. But the spit was not on target. Zyko takes the 10 damage from the charge. And the rest looks like it's friendly fire. 1 onto NF, 2 onto Manzano. And an additional 2 points on the Zyko. Or common slaps. One or the other.
Guns here.
That spitter is not in the best of places. Oh no, he's not getting nothing. Oh, the Boomer Stumble and Spit will do a lot of damage to Ellis. Zano goes down to 81 HP. Zyko's also joining him in the 80 range at 88. Chris will hold on to a full 100. And NF sitting there at 95. Additional 200 points. That's what they'll get before tank is up. Now they have to push out into this choke point. Potential for quite a bit of damage here depending on what happens with Cappers landing. Oh, the Charger! Charger will get a punch. Hunter will get some scratches. So they'll just get a little bit of M2s. Charger just charged the wall, but I know how it is to get into that sewer tunnel. You got to make sure you're all the way in properly. Your factory doing a good job blitzing this alley choke point. They don't get hit in that alley. And they're going to have to back out through it.
Go! Incoming! Oh!
Boomer gets one. Spits get a little bit of spit damage. Spit was late though, really late. And they'll be able to go all the way back and fight this in the safer area.
I got some ammo right here.
As Cannoli has a long way to go to catch the survivors, and they'll take it in this sewer room. Pretty standard tank fight area if you could take it here. Cannoli still first pass. No matter what, every survivor is going to be 4 punches. We're not going to have a hunter. Smoker should not come from there. The smoker's going to do nothing in this attack. Yep. Gets a punch. He's down to 1800 HP. Another punch. Charger lands. Jockey lands. Oh no, he missed. He had the chance. He gets a punch onto Coach. Another punch onto Coach. Another punch onto Coach. And then another punch onto Coach. And this should be it. Maybe one more. Nope, that'll be it. And that was so close to being a wipe, actually. That's a lot of damage coming out there by Vaso de Leche. But it is not the wipe that they so desperately needed. And that will allow Fear Factory to be able to go forward fast on this chapter and get the distance alone, which will probably break this map too far apart for them the possibility of mounting a comeback. Nice. Skeet. The Charger's going to land. Whoa, what? And it stumbles Coach backwards into the spit. Interesting. That's Left 4 Dead being Left 4 Dead for you there, guys. And they will be able to blitz through fast. They'll be able to once again go through this alley. Choke point clean scathed.
Down the street.
Don't shoot that car.
And they are late again. The Hunter will land in the front. Spit will land on it too. Jockey's going to get scratches.
All right, weapons.
They're doing decent damage, but I think they should have focused Chris. Get Chris down to the slow range, which would give them more SI attacks. %62 of the way through the map. They still have an additional 340 points to get on distance alone. Actually, no, 200 and some. Sorry, this map has been altered in distance points. Now they have Tricap with Boom.
This is some outrageous
No jockey.
shit.
Something's got to break our way.
Not bad going out there for the SI, but imagine if the Hunter would have helped the Boomer on the other side. Would have been potential for so much more, but
Look out!
they do knock the bonus under sub 300. But those distance points are ticking up quite quickly. Boomer comes from above. And all the survivors are now slow except for Chris.
Crazy, you don't think this hurts.
Alright, here it comes. Spawn's coming in. Hunter and Jockey take the same target. The spit will land. And Zyko will take the blunt of the damage, but no wing caps come out. They're all going to be crawling, which will equal up to probably at least 2 or 3 more hits. So they should be able to make safe room.
Man, this right here hurts something fierce.
Almost there.
And it will be 2 more hits. Charger misses.
The Hunter's got Coach.
Hunter gets
I'm
an
no
in cap
nurse,
onto
but
NF,
you look pretty messed up.
and that will take the
Down
bonus
again,
down
that's
even
it.
further. So they almost managed to get the bonus
That wouldn't hurt.
depleted. They can still wipe them here and negate an additional 40 more points of bonus around.
Survivors? Oh shit, I thought you were all dead. Well, let's roll.
I'm
I'll
down.
decide if I did this. I'm sorry.
There goes the pole. Spit goes out. Boomer gets everybody. They will get everybody up. Bonus will remain at 119, and they'll get one more final SI hit. And this is the last chance for damage. Alright, they need to go quick. This is going to be it. Charger gets stumbles, but no additional damage. Oh, and that will melt everything. Actually, it kills the survivor, so they get a death. Psycho gets on. They could still probably kill one more if they get... No, there's no way.
Good shooting.
Jockey was killed. Oh, and that'll be it. 3 make it into the safe room, and they got 11 bonus. They don't get the secure the 600 points, so they leave the door slightly open for Vaso de Leche, but I mean the door is just cracked. Alright, 600 distance, 2680. 600 bonus, 2280. So they need 700. Oh, we have someone rejoining. We'll do the quick math on this, see what they need. $642 bonus is the magic number, guys. 642 bonus. No, it actually says in the schedule maps 1 through 4, so I don't think there is going to be a map 5 at all. But 642 bonus is possible. It's a long map. Not the easiest to pull off, but it can be done. Hey, if it's less than a 100-point game, I would love to see map 5 played. But they did schedule map 1 through 4. I'm gonna go fast too. And that will be a clean take. It's gonna delay. They will all remain at 100 HP. And that is a great start for Vaso de Leche, so they'll basically... Oh, Comet Slap snuck in there. Onto Pee-wee. They basically took... Oh, nice triple boom coming out, but I don't know if the SI will make a play on it with what they got. They might hold out for a quad at the end of the tunnel. Ahead of myself there. I'm going to do quad when they come out, actually. Alright, quad incoming. This is going to be very difficult to land a quad inside here. Unless they hold on to this for a long time, and it doesn't look like they want to. Here comes this pull forward. It gets cleared. M2, the charger comes through. Nice clears by Vaso de Leche. This is what they needed. This is the momentum they got to keep going.
Reloading.
2 hits in, taking less than 4%, averaging less than 2% per hit. Very good job by Vaso de Leche. They're not going to be able to get out the other end of the sewer, so it'll be 3 hits before tank. And then they should be able to go up, get it out, get this tank up, and start retreating back.
Reloading.
2-2. Hunter jockey.
Ammo here.
This Hunter land. This whole attack is off the Hunter. And Hunter gets a scratch though. And the jockey lands. Hunter tries to get more scratches. Now probably gonna get skeeted here, chipped down a little bit. All right, Hunter is dead and they are out. Smoker died first, then the Hunter. Boomer Spitter, the only 2 up. Can't really say they had like 3 hits. They're kind of just going one at a time, but it looks like they really wanted to make sure they had spawns for this alley. They do have a charged spit. Okay, this is going to be very difficult for Vaso de Leche to take this clean. They have 610 extra bonus points, and they need to get the W. This might be a hold for the tank. Chris is the smoker, and Chris will be the tank, so I don't think it's a bad idea.
Smoke around these parts.
Smoker is dead. Charger comes in. Charger lands. Oh, they pop the spitter on him. Oh, Cannoli gets wrecked from that. That is exactly what they did not need to happen. As the final tank of the game for Fear Factory in the hands of Chris. And Cannoli is only 2 punches, so he has no choice but to pop those pills early. Not what they needed. Alright guys, this is what it's going to come down to. No pre-chip on the tank at all. They're just going to take it like this. Jockey, Hunter, Smoker for the support. Alright, 1K down. He's down another. Gets 1 punch onto Nick. He's down to 1700 HP. And he gets a double! He gets another punch. Alright. So they don't suffer any in caps. They're going to have to pass pills. It's a tall order, guys. It's a tall order to fill. But they still have the points.
Drive a tank or some shit.
Ammo here.
Too many cappers landed during that tank, and the double punch was devastating to their bonus. They will find one more set of pills, and they're going to have to pop another set. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on to enough points, guys. Going to be very difficult.
I ain't ready to lay down yet.
I hear a Hunter.
Boomer gets popped. Charger misses. Hunter gets cheated. It goes on to nothing. And they will take that clean. No bonus loss. Still 692. Exactly 50 points left. And they will lose 30 of the points when Cannoli pops the pills. And there's 30 points gone. Now they only have 20 more left. There's the extra set of pills. They rush out into comments of early poll. And that might be enough damage to put him over the top. Down to 602, 588, and dropping. A set of pills is only 30 more points. And I think that will clear it up. Unless they do agree to play map 5. So we'll have to see. But it is scheduled 1 through 4.
Reloading. Reloading.
552 bonus remains on the survivors. 73% map progression. They will have to get to the end of the map, and then they will also need to do more. Jockey comes in. Hunter lands on the target, but it's not a DB. Charger will land in the back, so will the Spit. And that will be a lot of damage on the Elo chest, and Elo chest is going to have to pass the pills. And he just friendly fired Pee-wee, which Pee-wee is now slow. And that will knock the bonus down to 428.
Reloading.
Watch out!
Heads up. Reload. Reloading. Hey, I'm reloading.
Alright, they transition out to the open. Down to start the event. Pull back goes. 3 survivors are up there. I'm just going to go for a DP again, and doesn't get it, and all the survivors will drop down safely. They will hold on to 380% of their bonus left. Nice ski coming onto the Hunter there.
Hold on, guys. Let's get out of here.
And alright, they will probably take one more full hit.
They're coming.
Maybe 2 more. There they go. 2 cap lands in the Spit. Damage melts. It actually doesn't take that much, actually. Still 248. Alright, now it should start going. And they're off. And they don't get the clear on the smoker. Cannoli is dead. And the GGs come out, guys. Close game. It was pretty close up until the end. It did not disappoint, so. Can't ask for anything much more than that. But that will be the end of the tournament match. Fear Factory gets the W, 3,328 to Vaso de Leche's 28-18.